On April 24th, Fox News announced in a statement that Tucker Carlson would be leaving the network, and it really has us questioning, is he leaving or are they really just throwing him out the door? Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 Tucker Carlson lies that got him fired. So why do you think Tucker Carlson is leaving? And let us know in the comments below. Starting off our list today, in the number 10 spot, we have Two-Face. It seems like the reputational danger to Fox from this Dominion suit did not only come with bogus claims about the election, but there was also a border danger that loyal viewers of the network might begin to ask whether they are being conned. Perhaps the single most striking example came from Carlson. In one text revealed in the discovery process, Tucker tried to claim that he passionately hated Trump, and that the assessment was also so incongruous with Tucker on the air attitudes to the former president that it started to raise a lot of questions. Since at some moments Tucker has claimed that he is on Trump's side, and on other occasions he has admitted that he completely hates the guy. It's gotten to the point that it has people questioning whether or not he's saying what he wants to say or someone telling him what to say, because how do you claim you like someone but then a few short moments later you claim you hate them? It's either one or the other. You can't have both. Number 9, Immigrant Comments. In December 2018, Tucker Carlson made offensive comments about immigration during the opening of the episode of Tucker Carlson's Tonight, and lost show advertisers as a result. After he said, "Our leaders demand that you shut up and accept this. We have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor. They tell us, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided. Immigration is a form of atonement." In the wake of his very controversial remarks, more than 20 advertisers cut ties with Carlson's show in the months that followed, including IHOP, Red Lobster, and Samsung. And rather than apologizing, Tucker doubled down on his anti-immigration claims just a few days later when he said, "The left says we have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, even if it makes our own country more like Tijuana is now," which is to say poorer or dirtier and more divided. Seriously, what kind of garbage comment is that? Hey, my little different species, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you never have to miss out on what we might just cover next. Number 8, Too Costly. Tucker Carlson has been a central figure in the defamation case that has been taken against Fox News by the Dominion voting systems. The high-profile legal battle finally settled last week after Fox agreed to pay Dominion $787.5 million, but the network did not commit to issuing an apology, instead merely saying that it was willing to acknowledge the court's ruling finding certain claims about Dominion to be false. With the case revolving around the false claims that surrounded the 2020 United States election, many claims were incorrect, while it suggests Dominion somehow had a hand in flipping votes from then President Trump to President Biden. But in all of the claims' efforts to prove that the network had acted with actual malice or reckless disregard for the truth, Dominion has also uncovered a private message that told a different story from the one being told on air. On one occasion, for example, Tucker told colleagues that Trump's lawyer, Sidney Powell, is lying in some of her claims. In another, Tucker sought out the firing of a Fox reporter who had fact-checked a tweet from Trump. While many media observers thought Fox would pay the settlement and continue down the same road, we would be proved wrong, as it seems like this Dominion case proves that Tucker has become a little too costly for the network. Number 7, Maren Comments. Following a social media feud with country singer Jason Aldeana's wife Brittany about transgender rights comments, Maren would also find herself being the topic of the conversation after Brittany appeared on Tucker's show to discuss the matter. After a statement previously said by Brittany drew in a lot of backlash from Morris and others in the country music industry after she disparaged parents of transgendered youth on Instagram. Meanwhile, during Brittany's appearance on Carlson's show, he made a reference about Morris and stated that she was a lunatic in the wake of all this drama. Morris then decided to make light of the situation by taking the high road, and she actually went on to release a merch line to clap back at Tucker's insult with the t-shirt featuring her name with the word words lunatic country music person. The shirts also included the Trans Life phone number, and with every sale of the shirt, Morris was able to raise $100K, and she used it all to benefit trans rights groups. Number 6, Kanye West interview. So while the whole world was shaking their heads at the fact that Kanye chose to display a WLM shirt and other apparel during his Yeezy Season 9 presentation during Paris Fashion Week, everyone was urging the star just to stay away from social media. However, Tucker Carlson felt differently, and he decided to interview Kanye on his decision. In the interview, Kanye would defend his decision for wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt during his presentation during Paris Fashion Week on Tucker Carlson Tonight. And if it couldn't get any worse, the interview was then aired in not just one part, but 2 parts. And in it, Kanye would say, "I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and it's brilliant." But like, after all the hurt this movement caused, why would you think it was a good idea to bring Kanye on your show just to cause more hurt? I swear, common sense just isn't a thing anymore. Number 5, the legal suit. If there were legal reasons to why Fox has decided to distance itself from Tucker Carlson, they may not be confined to specific allegations regarding Dominion. When you get straight to the point of the case, you know there's this woman named Abby Grossberg, and on March 20th, she filed a legal lawsuit against Fox News, Tucker Carlson, and several others at the time. Abby was the head booker on Carlson's show, and she was fired from the network. In her 79-page complaint, Abby went on to note that her experiences were yet another in long line of cases chronicling the misogynistic environment that permeates Fox News. Her suit also alleged that the atmosphere on Carlson's show subjects women based on vile stereotypes, typecasting religious minorities, and belittles their traditions. It demonstrates little to no regard for those suffering from mental illnesses. With Abby feeling like she was coerced into giving misleading testimony in the Dominion case, she also alleged that the work area for Tucker's show. But Fox still strongly denies any wrongdoing in the case. Number 4, running for president. There has been a lot of presidential buzz around Tucker Carlson, but recently it has become more muted. So back in 2020, a report would suggest that if the anchor were to get into the 2024 race, there were many in the GOP that believed that he would be an immediate frontrunner in a Republican primary, with later development showing Carlson making an appearance last year at a key meeting of social conservatives in Iowa, and it would suggest he could actually be considering running for president of the United States. However, it is still a little too early to imagine that Tucker would depart from Fox so abruptly to pursue this thought, with so few hints being dropped in advance. If this really was his intention, he will now have plenty of time on his hands, which would make a run for office more appealing, but it seems equally like he will land elsewhere, like on another media landscape. Number 3, Teen Vogue interview. After an on-air conversation between Tucker Carlson and Teen Vogue contributor Lauren Duca boiled over regarding her commentary on Trump, the political host dismissed the writer and told her to stick to her thigh-high boots. And if you don't catch the reference, he was pretty much referencing the pop culture story she also writes about for the publication. Then just before he wrapped up the interview with Lauren, he tried to throw some major shade her way by saying, "You're better than that." Laura then took to Twitter to defend herself on the public forum by writing, "Tucker Carlson is an enemy of rational discourse. In a fraught moment, his bullying tactics are profoundly damaging and achieve nothing." Number 2, Trump's comments. A court filing made public in February of 2023 revealed that Carlson went as far to call the former president Donald Trump demonic publicly. However, the network continues to offer a platform to Trump loyalists who amplified all of these false claims. The filing included text messages sent from and some of the network's hosts and executives. Among the exchanges are several that describe Trump's false election claims and those that peddled them as effing lunatics, complete BS, and mind-blowingly nuts. Tucker also could be seen in another conversation in the wake of the election and privately took aim at Trump himself, calling the then president the undisputed world champion of destroying things and worrying that he would destroy us if we play it wrong. And coming in the #1 spot today, we have Capitol. So back on March 6, Tucker Carlson started to face some major backlash from the Republican and Democratic lawmakers alike when describing footage from the January 6th storm on the Capitol as being mostly peaceful and not chaos. The downplay comment came after he aired select snippets from 41,000 hours of security footage from the day of the riot. But I think we can all agree these riots were actually anything but peaceful, and it was actually just insane people would even think about storming Capitol in the first place. With Tucker claiming that everything people were saying about the riot being dangerous was a lie, he also took to his weeknight program to report on the issue. He would say very little about January 6th and that it was organized and it wasn't violent. And surveillance videos from inside the Capitol show mostly peaceful chaos, but I mean, have you actually seen the footage? Because that whole thing was just insane. Well, at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that Tucker Carlson should have been fired from Fox News a long time ago, and the fact that he was able to last this long was honestly surprising. However, he's gone now, so we can all celebrate. And you know, that's it for this video, and I'll see you all in the next light beaming article.